Somebody asked us, how do we pick a season? How do we pick a season?
We take a stack of
carefully.
scripts at the top of the stairs, and we throw them down. And the ones that make it all the way to the bottom are the six that we use.
If it were only that easy.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy.
Well, I think that we always choose things that sort of fit the mission of the company, which is, to whittle it down, is to really tell the stories that make us who we are, that make us human, so that we're seeing ourselves on stage, or seeing some element of ourselves, or something that we can learn or grow from.
I'm directing Man of La Mancha, which I think is probably a story most people are aware of on some level, whether it's one of those novels that they never read in college. But we are familiar with certainly the wild stories of Don Quixote, which is what he is, the Man of La Mancha. What I find interesting is that most people are aware of, like, Don Quixote and his going after the windmills. But what they might not know is that this story, Man of La Mancha, is really about Cervantes, who is the author of Don Quixote. In this particular setting, he has been imprisoned by the Spanish Inquisition. And as many of the victims of the Spanish Inquisition, they don't know what their eventual outcome will be. Will they be released? Will they be killed? Who knows? So he is in this prison with quite a unique collection of prisoners. Some of them could be heretics, some of them could be thieves, some of them could be murderers, and he has to deal with these prisoners. And of course, one of the first things they do when any new prisoner comes in is to take away all their possessions, which includes a trunk and a manuscript. And of course, Cervantes wants to save the manuscript because it is the manuscript to Don Quixote. But that holds no value for these prisoners, so they're about to pop it into the fire when he says, "Give me a chance to defend what it is." And of course, they're intrigued by this, and he proceeds to tell the story. It's one of the first shows I saw. I was fortunate enough to have a grandmother who attended the theater on a regular basis. I'm from the Cleveland area, and her outings were always to the theater. And we would go downtown Cleveland to the Hannah. And I saw the national tour with Richard Kiley and Joan Diner, so I saw the original cast. And it will live with me forever. It's one of those experiences that impacts your life, that is lodged permanently. It's the whole notion of having an ideal to strive for, and in that ideal, it isn't about accomplishing it, it's about making the attempt. And that's really at the heart of, certainly the show's singular hit, The Impossible Dream, to dream the impossible dream. It isn't about practical, to fight the unbeatable foe. It doesn't say to win, it's just to fight. But the fact that it changes the prisoners for the better, in some way, they are all moved by this story. And at the end of the show, of course, he's being called forth to appear before whatever this tribunal is of the Spanish Inquisition, having completed his trial in the prison. And they're all in support of him. And of course, there's this huge reprise of The Impossible Dream, not sung by him, but by the entire company, who have embraced the same idealism that his fictitious Don Quixote came in with.
The Human Race Theater Company's next season includes the fun and inspiration of shows like Man of La Mancha. Check out the season and how to save by subscribing. The Human Race Theater, Dayton's best.